What's up? It's your boy Calabasas Jones on Calabasas Reviews. And you know what we're doing today? It's Obi-Wan Part 1 and Part 2. Okay, as you can see, I'm repping Anakin because that's my personal favorite Star Wars character. So that's what we're going to do. All right, let's jump right into it. So let me turn this off because it's humming, so we gotta... Oh. There we go. Power it down. We gotta talk about the show. Okay, the positives. Overall, it's really, really good. It's straight. I can tell right off the bat they put more effort into the show than Boba Fett or even Mandalorian. They're really going for it. The cinematography, it was good. Like, they're actually putting effort into this. Funny parts. Well, okay, let's start with the positives. You know, what's going on. Leia. Leia was out here legit living the sweet life of Zack and Cody while my man Luke was in here in a dust farm for his whole life. So I thought that was funny. Oh, and when the Inquisitors rolled up, they had my man Han out there. Han. Like, that's what's up. I thought it was actually Benedict Wong. I thought it was Wong. Lost a little weight if that was the case. But I looked it up, and it's Sung Kang, a.k.a. Han. So they brought him into that. That's what's up. Yeah, Part 1, Episode 1, was fairly straightforward. You know, there was really nothing to it. They brought in a lot of the nostalgia elements. So, you know, that was cool. You got to see Ewan McGregor, little peaks of lightsabers here and there. It was straight. It was a good episode. So moving into Part 2, a little bit more happened in this episode. So starting out when Obi-Wan was doing his little telecommunicator, was that an N-Gage? Like, what was he using? That was kind of weird. And like I said with all my reviews, these are all going to be spoilers. So this is actually the last one to say this. These are all spoiler reviews. Kamal Nanjiani, Kingo, they brought him up, and that added some much needed levity to the show. Because like I said, it was good, but you know, it was a little, just a little like straightforward, just moving along. He added that comedy element, and he did it great. And another great element, Kamal Nanjiani turned out to not be a Jedi. That was awesome because they're getting the trailer fake out right. They're finally getting it down. Because after the trailer that shall not be named for Thor Ragnarok, yeah, man, like I said, someone must have talked to him. I've referenced this in other videos, and things are turning around because they made it seem like Kamal was going to be a Jedi in the trailers, but he wasn't. So, man, they're getting their fake out game back, and that's really good. That's awesome. The Breaking Bad reference. Whew! As soon as you see those little science suits and the mask, you know what it is. That got me hyped because it's good to see things that were made during our lifetime that are finally being referenced now in media. That was cool. That's a shout out to like my, you know, kind of previous years. Breaking Bad is the best TV show of all time. It's my favorite TV show of all time. And that was like a screaming reference to Breaking Bad. Man, that was dope. That was dope. Yes. As the episode moved along, Reva, aka Moses Ingram, who's one of the best actors in the show as it stands, she went full Dark Knight, and that legit cracked me up. Anytime you see characters starting to run like across rooftops, I was already like, oh, they're going full Batman. The soundtrack starts ramping up, but when she legit like dove off the roof, I was like, okay. How can you not reference Batman? Again, that's my personal favorite superhero. Actually, Batman is my favorite character in fictional media, period. So, I mean, you can't go wrong throwing some Batman in there. That was sick. That was legit. And they also brought in parkour. So I was really glad to see that parkour is alive and well. When Reva was running and she hit that Kong off the roof, I was like, yo, they're really doing parkour. Jumping back and forth down the walls. Man, like parkour is one of those, it's an art form. It really is good. And it's good to see it getting some like mainstream coverage outside of the old James Bond film, you know, when it was like first kind of entering the popular consciousness. Parkour is legit and it's not easy. There's actually a really great parkour channel. His name is Jimmy the Giant. I'll link that dude down below. Yeah, so, you know, the parkour, throwing that in there, that was sick. That was good to see that in there. Another thing that cracked me up, when Obi-Wan turned into a black parrot there in that market, when they were like running away, Leia's kind of bad, by the way. I'm like, why did it make this kid like that? She's a little rambunctious. But anyway, Obi-Wan said, you don't look at nothing. Don't touch nothing. Don't smell nothing. Don't think about nothing. Who taught Obi-Wan to be black? Like, that was that was hilarious. You know, that took me straight back to my childhood in the grocery store. Don't look at nothing. You can't touch nothing. That's not even a part of the game. Like, don't even think about nothing. So that was cool. They got Obi-Wan with the black parenting moves. That was awesome. So as the episode came to a close, it was the standoff between Reva and Obi-Wan, and man, that reveal. And it's a shout out to Ewan McGregor's acting. He is the best actor in the show so far, by the way. So, you know, he definitely has that in spades. When she revealed that Anakin was alive, like the look of shock on his face, you know, how they kind of played it out. It wasn't like, oh, Anakin's alive, cool, you know, nice, or a little shocked, and he like gets over it. Nah, Mans was froze. Like, he was like, what? I mean, that was great, and that would be a crazy reveal. Because Luke and Leia are like, them kids are grown. Those are like big kids, and they're no toddlers. So it's been quite a while. He's thought he was dead this entire time. He's just like, oh, Anakin's dead. Anakin is dead. Nah, Mans is alive. So when she got that reveal and it hit him, like, I almost felt it. I was like, whoo, think about what that would be like. You know, if someone, you know, that you knew was gone, wasn't. And I mean, yeah, they don't have, in this fictional world, like social media or blah, blah, blah. So to find out something like that after what would seem like an eternity was like, that would be crazy. And Ewan McGregor played it very well. That moment was great. And it was just like, man, I felt the weight in that scene. Very great acting, very great video work. So, yes. Oh, and obviously, the final scene. The Darth Vader reveal in the Bacta tank. Bacta tank it's called. At any rate, yeah, man, that was wild. See, Marvel, Disney, and LucasArts, you know, Star Wars, they know how to get people hype. They just know. And that moment, man, I had to stand up. I was like, let's go. You know, it was, whew, I'm getting hot right now. That was a good moment. But they know how to get people hyped. So this is what they do. That was awesome. Okay, moving on. Room for improvement. Not too much. It's a solid show so far. It's great, you know. Nothing too crazy. It just brings up the issue I have with any midquel or the concept of a midquel. You can legit pretty much throw anything into the pot as long as the production ends in the way that continues into like the next element of the story. In that little space, the little blank space, you can just do anything. So it takes kind of the weight out of the show or whatever production it is, because you know how it's going to end. It's not bad. It's just my issue with any midquel. Rogue One, which was a great movie, but you literally know how it's going to end. So, you know, it just gets to that point, and to this day, I've never seen Solo. I've been recommended that I need to, but yeah, so, like at the beginning of episode 4, when there's the "You're my only hope, your only hope, Obi-Wan" in the little transponder, the implication is that Leia has literally, like, never met Obi-Wan before. He's like this kind of, no one even is really sure if he's an alive type legend. And just mainly has probably only heard about him. Not only has she met him, they went on a little, like, you know, Kenan and Kel style adventure when she was a kid. So it's like, you actually know him. Yeah, but what are you going to do? I mean, that's the nature of the midquel. I'm still going to watch it, but midquels do have, you know, that element, that kind of issue to them. Reva, later in part 2, used telepathy on Kamal Nanjiani to pull the answer out of his head to where Obi-Wan was. What was up with that? Like, two things. A, shouldn't you use it on Owen earlier in the streets back on Tatooine to find out where Obi-Wan was at the time? All of this could have and would have been avoided. Like, what's with the chase scene? Secondly, that's like an advanced technique, correct? Like, that's like some Kylo Ren type stuff. Just pulling answers out of people's heads. So, yeah, she used that telepathy real quick. I was like, that's some Darkhold type stuff. Some like up there Jedi learning. So, that was kind of interesting. And finally, the show is a little light on the action. Like, especially in the part 1, it was like a lot of exposition. the main Inquisitor literally pulled up in that bar and just like gave a speech, like a speech. So yeah, and the chase parts of the second episode, you know, they're kind of like running around. But I guess what do you expect? Because it's a show about a Jedi who's in hiding. He's been in hiding for 10 years. So he hasn't even popped out, you know, he hasn't ignited the lightsaber yet. So yeah, I guess there are 4 episodes left. You know, I don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. So definitely looking forward to it. But it's a little light on the action. Great show though. Okay, now for the ratings. Part 1 gets a 4 out of 5. Great. It was good. I mean, like I said, it wasn't like too much action, but it was a solid episode. Brought in the nostalgia elements. Great cinematography. You could tell they really put a lot of effort into it. And part 2 gets a 5 out of 5. The show just started and we're throwing out 5s out of 5s. Yeah. It's good. I mean, for what it is, it's good. It's got Leia in there acting crazy. Obi-Wan, you got the OG Ewan McGregor elements. He's a great actor. And it would have gotten a 4 out of 5 because it's good regardless. But it gets that 5 out of 5 for that last second Darth Vader reveal. That was sick. It gets you hyped for the rest of your day. Like, you're just hyped now. So it was good. Great show. Stick around for the rest of the reviews, and I'll catch y'all next time.